The concluding part of a month-long rivalry between Imperial and Gbagada FC came to a head at the Ramon Star Stadium as both sides rekindled rivalry from week 9 of the Creative Championships. The home side were clad in their traditional blue and red strips, while the visitors were clad in their away kits, and they went for the jugular from the get-go as they sought to take the lead. Gbagada had risen like a phoenix from the ashes since that shock loss in Agege in Lagos with the first meeting between both sides. However, it was Imperial who still looked the team to beat, with Ramon looking to keep his fourth clean sheet in 7 games as goalkeeper of Gbagada. Imperial were nifty and nimble in their footworks as they sought to tear the defence apart. However, Wokwetu and Biliamin had other ideas as both men stood strong. After the results in the cup that saw Gbagada prevail once and the other ending a draw, both sides were looking to make sure that they stamped their authority in the game, and it was a game where mistakes were going to be few and far between. The referee would have to stop a melee at the centre of the field, sharing yellow cards amongst the two sides as the game threatened to boil over. However, Imperial would be on the back foot after that, and Gbagada would almost come close to taking the lead. Gbagada were down to 10 men, and for coach Akinyelu Olajide it was unacceptable. However, they would have an opportunity from the penalty spot, and it was Peter Edema who would convert to make it 1-0 to the visitors, who were down to 10 men. Olajide had promised that his side were going to give everything in the game, the same as the captain Semi Fagbayi, and he wasn't the one who got on the score sheet this time, with Edema calmly dispatching the duties. No problems like the one at the Etihad. The imperiality of Imperial was definitely being put to the test, and for Gbagada, it was the onus on them to hurt them against the run of play. They kept on creating chances. However, Imperial were desperate themselves, and Izeno and Aon Duaka would show why they were the two players who hurt Gbagada in the first leg. Both players would prove deadly against the run of play, but the first half will end with the hosts trailing the visitors by a goal to nothing. The second half would be a totally different prospect for Gbagada FC as they sought to defend their lead. Throwing the ball into the box was the opportunity, and Imperial would have 1 or 2 chances to take the lead. However, they would not take it, with Ramon showing strong goalkeeping and strong hands before going straight down the other end and testing the young Yusuf for Imperial. Both sides continued to create the opportunities. Edema himself and Fagbayi was definitely nimble with their interchanges, while the opportunity to extend the advantage would not be taken. Both sides would continue to create the chances, and it would not end up in a goal, as the drought seemed to come after the penalty. Chances being created from open play were being repelled by strong goalkeeping and astute defending, and Imperial themselves were called to the test when, after a network pass, the opportunity was saved by the goalkeeper. No goalkeeper was keen on making mistakes, and the opportunities kept coming. The saves were much, so was the agility and the endurance of both goalkeepers. Tenacity was a huge draw as well, with Ramon himself having to coordinate his defense. Owokwetu and Biliamin threw everything on the line as they had done in the cup game to ensure that Gbagada were in position to put themselves through, and with time ticking, Imperial would come very close to an equalizer that would seem got 80% of their points against Gbagada, but it wouldn't come, with the Blue Eagles standing firm and hanging on as they clung onto 3 points. A very important one for Akinyelu Olajide's men in the end of this rivalry for this season.